Hi, everybody. I'm going to start the next video. It's a mini lesson on um, parts of a sentence, everybody. So let's see. Let's go to present. Um, hello, everyone. I'm looking for a good place to put myself. Okay. This week, I wanted to focus on sentences, parts of a sentence structure. Before some of you start thinking, oh no, Chris, I already know parts of a sentence. This is so easy. This is like beginner stuff. That may be true, but I just like to always review this in all of my classes where we write. The reason is because sentences are the most important way to improve our writing, because with sentences, we build paragraphs. And later in the class, I'm going to focus on paragraphs. And when we're writing an essay or longer kind of writing, we need to have clear paragraphs. In order to have clear paragraphs, we need clear sentences. Also, having clear sentences is a way to organize our ideas. And at least two students in the office hours talked about how they wanted to improve organizing their ideas. So I hope everyone understands that. So what is a sentence? What are the parts of a sentence? How do you know if a sentence is complete? Take a moment to think about this. Pause the video if you need to. Keep thinking about that. Okay. Maybe you could answer, in your own mind. You could think in English. Okay. So a sentence is a group of words that contain a subject, verb, and usually an object. They are also a complete idea. So we see here, we have a simple example. The car drives really fast. The car is the thing that's doing the action, right? Like a person, it's usually a noun, or for example, like a pronoun, he, she, it. Here is the car. The car is the subject. Drives is the verb. Verbs are actions, usually. Sometimes there are non-action verbs, like think is maybe not an action, but it's still a verb. But you can see drives is a verb. I think you all know this. We know what a verb is. And then really fast is the object or the complement. The object or the complement describes like the direction or the place the verb is going, or it also describes the verb. In this case, this is sort of like an adverb phrase, and it describes how the car is driving. So here is more information about that, but we just need to remember that all sentences have subjects and verbs, and usually objects. So you can already start to reread your writing and check, do my sentences contain subjects and verbs? All sentences have those. One quick point is some languages, you don't need a subject, or in some languages, you can drop a verb. So some students sometimes forget subjects and verbs in their sentences. There are ways we build sentences. They're the building blocks, and these are called clauses. Maybe you already know this, but this is review for you. In the beginning of courses, we often do review. So there's two kinds of clauses. Clauses have subjects and verbs too, but they're not complete sentences always. So they are parts of a sentence. So one kind of clause is an independent clause. Here are some examples. I like coffee. She walks to school. They bring snacks on their hike. So an independent clause can stand alone. Just think about that, everyone. It's independent. It doesn't need help from anyone else. So for example, I like coffee it's alone, its own idea. We don't need to add anything to that, and we understand it. It's an idea. If we put a period on an independent clause, it can be a sentence. For example, I like coffee, period. So it's important to realize an independent clause can be a sentence if we put a period. If not, if we add like a comma and something else, it can be just a part of a sentence. So here are independent clauses. Feel free to pause this video and think about it, and also pause this slide while you're working on the quiz. The other kind of clause is called a dependent clause. Okay, these are things like, because it snows. If you come to my house tonight, when you finish this course. So maybe when I read these, you notice that the tone of my voice changes. Because it snows, there's sort of like a rising tone. It's because I'm waiting to add something, but nothing else is there. So a dependent clause cannot stand alone. It is dependent on another clause. So if we put a period on it, it is an incomplete sentence, right? If I just put a period here, because it snows, and I say, because it snows, there's nothing, we don't know exactly the full idea. We need more. We need another clause. So we need to say something like, because it snows, I wear my boots. So a dependent clause needs an independent clause to make it complete. So I might say, if you come to my house tonight, I'll make you a sandwich, right? We need these two clauses together. Or when you finish this course, comma, right? We have commas after dependent clauses. If we have a dependent clause and then an independent clause, we need a comma. When you finish this course, your writing will be excellent. I hope, fingers crossed. Ooh, look at my cat Luna. She's moving around. So everyone, this can be really important when we're writing. What happens if we have a contrasting idea that we want to share in our writing? Like, for example, I don't know, although I'm excited to take this online course, I still need to think about how it will help me be successful in my career, right? We use although or because or even though to create contrasting ideas where one clause says one thing and another clause says another. Something like, although I study a lot of English, I'm still not thinking in English, right? So we have these contrasting ideas. I really think this is important. Every time I work on this with students, I see improvement in their writing immediately. So I hope you're paying attention and enjoying this as much as I am. So we use conjunctions when we're writing sentences and when we're using independent and dependent clauses. The word conjunction basically means like to connect. I think maybe junk in Latin, this part of the word means like connection, and then con in Latin means with, so like with connection. So independent clauses use coordinating conjunctions. They coordinate the two clauses. They help them work together. Coordinate, like a coordinator at work. A lot of teachers in the United States refer to these as fanboys. It's like, this is an acronym to remember them. For example, they're for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. You probably already know these, but I'm just reviewing everybody. This is called review. We use them to connect two or more independent clauses, right? So when we have 2 or 3 independent clauses, we can connect them. So I like coffee, but I also like tea. And we know that but is for contrast. I enjoy biking to school, so I can get exercise. So is for result, right? There's a result to something. I'm going to the store, so I can buy groceries. And then you can come to my house and I can make you a sandwich. Okay, we all know and is to just add more information. And anyway, everyone, we can add more and more independent clauses, right? I like coffee, but I also like tea. So I drink coffee in the morning and drink tea in the afternoon. So there I added many coordinating conjunctions and independent clauses. So these are coordinating conjunctions. They're known as the fanboys. Okay, I'm almost finished. Dependent clauses actually have conjunctions in them, everyone. So dependent clauses come with conjunctions. They are called subordinating conjunctions. And they're words like if, as, when, because, although, even though, that. And this is how you know that the clause is a dependent clause, everyone. It has the the subordinating conjunction in it. If you finish this course, because the class is online, as you mentioned to me before, so these all go with the dependent clause. And then we know that we need an independent clause after that. Okay, so if you finish this course, comma, your ability to do future online courses will be better. Like you will learn more about doing an online course. So these are the dependent clauses and conjunctions. Okay, so that was my mini lesson. And things you should think about before you take the quiz or while you're taking the quiz. You can use this mini lecture to take the quiz is, what is a sentence? How do you know if a sentence is complete? What is an independent clause or an dependent clause? And what are coordinating and subordinating conjunctions? So I hope you just realized the quiz is a Google form and it's just there to help you remember and practice this information. And one more thing I'd like to say again is sentences are ideas, right? A sentence can contain one idea or multiple ideas, like I showed. A sentence can contain contrasting ideas. If we want to practice organizing our ideas, we should practice writing clear and interesting and complete sentences, okay? By writing clear sentences, we can then also start writing clear paragraphs. And paragraphs are also a way to organize our ideas. So I hope everyone sees where I'm going with this. I'm giving you tools to organize your ideas in writing and speaking. So for next week, we're going to be talking about paragraphs. I will also add more grammar, I think, to the class. But maybe for next week, week 3, you can think about what is a paragraph? How do we know a paragraph is complete? How do we use paragraphs in our writing? So like here's a little example paragraph in this picture. So little extra practice too, if you want. You could start doing research on paragraphs. And thank you, everyone. Thank you. I hope you have a good week 3. Thank you and see you next week.